The woke mainstream media can't let footage of Elon Musk and Donald Trump together at an event go without ridicule. And that's exactly what they did today when Donald Trump and key members of his new cabinet attended Elon Musk's SpaceX test launch in Texas.
Donald Trump meeting Elon Musk ahead of the SpaceX launch.
Donald Trump then watched on very proudly as the Starship took off.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Commentator said, "He is the GOAT. Nice to have a president that actually cares about humanity's future in the stars." Donald Trump Jr. also partook in the launch.
Guys, one of the coolest days I've ever had in my life. Literally looking out over all of the rockets, everything that's going on. Just absolutely insane. SpaceX here in Texas. Rocket launch took place right over there. Just does not get any cooler than that, man. It's a pretty solid bachelor bed, too, if you were into that sort of thing. Overlooking everything. Just nuts. You guys have a good one.
But not everyone was so excited. Mainstream media like CNN chose to use the opportunity to mock Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and their friends.
What do you make of this? They fashion themselves on social media as this legion of superheroes, this incoming administration. Tulsi Gabbard, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., et cetera, et cetera. I guess we're adding pictures and names. I know you now you're looking at me like you mean the Legion of Doom.
But it's the Marvel Universe versus second-rate DC, but that's...
The host then slammed Elon Musk, saying he wields too much power.
It's the federal government. He should get a government appointment, go through security clearances, go through conflicts of interest disclosures, and the like. It's really hard. The idea that he's going to go butt into every agency, he'll have Trump, obviously Trump's interlocutor. No one's going to refuse to tell Musk something or show him documents. Then he goes right back to his private business and uses the information however he pleases. It's really unbelievable.
Not to mention the fact that he has so many government contracts.
Well, where as I mentioned is that...
This commentator blasted the network, saying jealousy. The Dems aren't at the cool table anymore. And this commentator agreed, saying they are having a hard time finding something to criticize. They are unhappy about the Trump dance, unhappy about Musk, unhappy about SpaceX. All of it is weak. People are happy and CNN wants to poop all over it. This comes after the MSNBC was this week blasted by Sky News host Paul Murray for seemingly changing their tune on Trump after his election victory.
But then Trump doesn't just win, he wins big. He's also having a cultural moment when everyone from fighters in the UFC to European soccer players and plenty of people in the NFL are doing the Trump dance and singing the YMCA. So guess what these people did? After calling him Hitler, they went and sucked up to him at his house in Florida. Why he accepted them, I don't know, but clearly Trump is a bigger man than he.
Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years. What we did agree on was to restart communications. In this meeting, President Trump was cheerful, he was upbeat, he seemed interested in finding common ground with Democrats on some of the most divisive issues. And for those asking why we would go speak to the president-elect during such fraught times, especially between us, I guess I would ask back, why wouldn't we? Joe and I realized it's time to do something different. And that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump, but also talking with him.
What? They're not negotiating Middle Eastern peace. They're people on television who thought they could sidle up to Joe Biden and pretend that this is the smartest version of Joe Biden ever until, of course, the debate. And all the way during the election campaign, Trump's Hitler, Trump's Hitler, Trump's Hitler. Oh, hang on, Trump's won? Mr. President? All of those edits weren't done by us. They were done by the Megyn Kelly show. Megyn Kelly, of course, appears on this program each and every week, and I stand by every word of her reaction.
I searched for a way to respond appropriately, and I called on my 10 years as a litigator in addition to my now 20 as a journalist, and I think I found the perfect phrase: go f yourselves. Go f yourselves, you dishonest jokes of faux journalists.
Mwah. Chef's kiss to the lady, to Morning Joe gets stuffed.
Newsweek senior editor-at-large Josh Hammer agrees that MSNBC hosts humiliated themselves with their backflips on Trump.
What do you make of that? Such a dramatic change in a very short period of time. And Joe and Mika have gone and had a meeting with Donald Trump. But my first question is, why would Donald Trump spare any of his valuable time meeting these two?
Well, look, Rita, Donald Trump loves the media. I mean, he has a love-hate relationship with the media, to be clear. He hates some of the at the same time. But, you know, I mean, at one point in the past, he referred to Maggie Haberman of the New York Times as his therapist because he just enjoys talking to her on the phone. I mean, he's had a love-hate relationship with the media for literally like 35, 40 years. I mean, probably since before I was born, going back to the old tabloid days of the 70s, 80s. I mean, Donald Trump cares what the media says. I mean, to be clear, the media usually says horrific things about him, but he cannot resist the temptation to care what they say. So that probably psychologically is what is going on here. Having said that, I think he has much more important things to do. We have a country to save. We have an economy to get back on track. We have a border to secure. We have multiple global hotspots in Ukraine and the Middle East and China to really start to cool down. So I would personally not advise him to meet with people like Joe and Mika. They certainly don't deserve his time, for God's sake, given what they have said about him. We just saw a small snippet there. The Hitler talk has been out of freaking control over there on MSDNC. So I would not have advised Donald Trump to meet with them, but you know what? Look, he's the leader of the free world. If he wants to meet with them, so be it.